네, 영어 발표대회를 시작하기 전에 국민 의례가 있겠습니다. 교실에 있는 학생들을 일어나 주시기 바랍니다. 국기에 대하여 경례. 바로.
나는 자랑스러운 태극기 앞에 자유롭고 정의로운 대한민국의 무궁한 영광을 위하여 충성을 다할 것을 굳게 다짐합니다.
바로 애국가는 시간 관계상 생략하도록 하겠습니다. A very good afternoon to all present here and students in the classroom. We invite all students to take their seats as the competition is about to begin soon. You are required to watch the contest through YouTube channel. So, today's English contest, I'm Inji Yang, your English teacher. We are all gathered here for Yeogang English speaking contest. Your participation and presence is anticipated and appreciated. Before we start the competition, our principal of Yeogang High School will deliver us a message. So let's give him a big clap.
Hello, I'm a school principal at Yeogang High School. I'm really happy to be here today. I heard Yeogang pop song contest, English contest is so popular. Look at me. I really emphasize confidence is very important. Chest up, eye contact is very important. Please, do you please have a big confidence. Thank you. Attention. 혼자 있어.
It is a great honor to begin the contest with principal's inspiring messages. So today, Kim Tae-yoon and Jeon Ye-jin from 3rd grade will be your hosts till the end of the English speaking contest.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeon Ye-jin, the host.
Welcome to the English speaking contest. I'm Kim Tae-yoon, your host.
How lovely day! Do you remember last speaking contest?
Yes, of course. Many students put on a good performance in the competition.
Yeah, I didn't know many students are good at speaking English. This year, many students participated in the contest and they prepared a lot for the competition.
Before we start, initially, let me read out the rules in Korean.
영어 스피킹 컨테스트는 말하기 부분과 노래 부분으로 이루어져 있습니다. 방송을 시청하고 계신 학생 여러분들은 발표가 모두 끝난 후 각방 공지, 클래스룸 설문지에 들어가셔서 각 부분 최고의 참가자 2명에게 투표를 해주시면 됩니다. 여러분들의 투표도 평가에 반영이 됩니다. 단순한 친분이 아닌 훌륭한 발표를 한 학생에게 투표를 해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 또한 추첨을 통해 설문에 참여한 학생들에게 매점 상품권을 드리도록 하겠습니다.
Now I see all the participants are ready to come on the stage and share their views about the given title.
So, who is going to break the ice?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the first speaker from class 101, Kim Tae-yoon. To come on the stage, he will give a speech about my dream astronomer and a chemist.
Can you hear me? Hello everyone, my name is Kim Tae-yoon and my dream is to become an astronomer and a chemist. I want to discover 카운트 계속 넘겨야 될 것 같아요. I want to discover new galaxies, planets, elements, and analyze their composing properties and elements. In the future, I want to develop a device that transforms one material to other materials, like shown in the diagram. Also, I have been working on a YouTube channel called 4921 Vivas since 2015, and I mainly upload videos about comparing the sizes of various objects, such as like nuclei, atoms, molecules, and to creatures like humans, and planets, stars, and black holes, galaxies, and to the entire observable universe. 진짜요?
송출이 지금 안 되고 있어.
안 돼. 나오고 있나요?
네.
저 넘기셔요. Speaking of molecules and experiments, one of the most interesting experiments I've ever seen is like color changing experiments, such as like acid-base reactions, indicators, etc. One of them is called chemical chameleon, and I want to introduce it to you. Ingredients are like this: water and sodium hydroxide and sugar, also known as sucrose, and potassium permanganate, the main ingredient. 영상이 근데 영상 넘길까요? 영상 넘겨야 되나요?
더 넘겨요?
아니 그 영상이 있는데 영상을 볼 수 있을지 모르겠어요. 그냥 넘겨야 될 것 같아요. 그냥 이렇게만 보여줘야 될 것 같아요. Sadly, I cannot show the experiment video, but the overall experiment are like that. I like the color, the changing, the solution changing colors. Now, how and why did this happen? So the reaction overall, the pink solution turns into purple, blue, and green, yellow, and eventually turns into orange. Now, how and why did this happen? To put it simply, it is a redox, also called as reduction reaction. A chemical reaction which a molecule, an atom, or an ion receives an electron or loses an oxygen atom, causing the ion charge to decrease. So the whole experiment can be divided into 3 to 4 parts, as you can see. The first of all, the pink solution, potassium permanganate, which is a purple molecule, has a purple pinkish color. And the manganese ion, the main ion about the color change, has a charge is manganese 7+, which has lost 7 electrons. In this state, the whole compound with the manganese 7+ ion has a purple pinkish color. But since the solution was basic, since the sodium hydroxide was added, the solution is strongly basic, and sugar likes to give electrons to other molecules. Since when the solution is basic, the manganese ion is reduced, simply meaning it gains an electron. Sugar gives out electrons. So this is the second part. The manganese, receiving electron from sugar, the manganese 7 plus ion is plus 7 state, meaning it has lost 7 electrons, but it receives an electron, so it has 6 electrons. It gets a 1 electron, and it still loses 6 electrons, so it is in plus 6 state. In plus 6 state, the whole compound turns into potassium manganate, which has a green color. Next, in the third part, the manganese plus 6 ion receives 2 electrons from sugar, and it is reduced to plus 4 state, so it forms a molecule, manganese dioxide, which is yellow. Eventually, almost every potassium permanganate molecule turns into manganese dioxide. So the reaction has finished, and the solution gets a brownish-orange color since the yellow manganese dioxide starts to concentrate. Also, in the third part of the reaction, the blue molecule potassium hypermanganate can form as an intermediate, as you can see on the screen, K3MnO4. But this doesn't contribute not that much to the solutions since the molecule appears between the green and yellow part of the reaction. And eventually it all turns into yellow manganese dioxide. Now science can be fun and interesting and like this. That is one of the reasons why I want to become a chemist and astronomer. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks for sharing your precious words and ideas. Now, I would like to call the second speaker from class 102, Choi Da-hin, who will give a speech about my dream doctor.
Please a big round of applause for her to come on the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Da-hin Choi. Today I will talk about my dream to become a doctor. 안 넘어가요. I've been dreaming of being a doctor for a long time. I was interested in the various media such as movies and drama. Then I started reading the medical books required for students who wish to be a doctors. I eventually decided to become a doctors who take care of patients and be responsible and who wish to be a doctors. Among many medical schools, I want to study at Seongyungan University or Chungang University and earn a degree to become a thoracic surgeon. You might ask, what does thoracic surgeon do? The thoracic surgeon diagnoses the heart, blood by cells, and the disease of the esophagus and lung, and performing surgical treatments and operation. The requirements to become a doctor is 20 years of education, so 4 years bachelor degree, 4 years medical school, a 1 year hospital internship, and 3 to 7 years of residency training. Before you get different name before becoming a doctor, they are studying like medical students, interns, residents, and specialists and fellow. To achieve my dream, I'm reading the medical related anatomy books in English. If I become a doctor, I want to be a friendly but expert doctors who help untreated people, especially children. My final goal as a doctor is to join the Doctors Without the Borders and spend the rest of my career there. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for sharing your precious words and ideas. I hope she would be a great doctor in the future. Now I would like to call the third speaker from class 103, Lee Young-seo, who will give a speech about my dream elementary school teacher.
Hello guys, my name is Lee Young-seo. I came here to present my dream. I think you might ask me a question about what am I making announcement when we don't have a resting record. But I will introduce my dream elementary school teacher because just I like English. Then let's start now. First of all, I will explain the contents that I made. First is the motive of becoming a teacher. Second is what a teacher does. And third, how to become an elementary school teacher. And first, what I want to do as a teacher. Then let's start with the first one. The motive of becoming a teacher is related to my 6th grade teacher in elementary school. He is funny and kind, also scary. At the time, I had a disabled friend in my class, but he taught and emphasized well, so I felt, wow, he's a very great teacher. So, for example, he is playing a PE class with a student, and in addition, the students enjoy the sports activity with him. Thanks to him, I had a great time in the 6th grade of elementary school. Second is what a teacher does. Teachers usually teach students. But they also give the counseling and take educational training. Teachers usually read almost all subjects, but these days, they focus on character of educational of training. Third is how to become an elementary school teacher. First of all, you must graduating from the University of Education. And next, you must obtain a certificate, and next, you have to pass in the appointment examination. Looking at this progress, I think it is not easy to be a teacher. And first is what I want to do as a teacher. I hope to be a person and who can help the students. And I wanted to be an example to students, and I feel like teach to the correct education. And I wanted to make a lot of good memories. And lastly,
I want to emphasize the most is the language education, because the strength of the students these days is too much. Today, I will talk about my dream elementary school teacher, and I hope my story will be conveyed to you well. Thank you for to my presentation, and see you next time.
Thanks for sharing your precious words and ideas. I'm surprised that first grade students showed amazing performance in English.
Now I would like to call the first speaker from class 201, Kim Jong-hyun, who will give a speech about my dream related to software engineer.
Hello, I'm Kim Jong-hyun. I'm going to introduce Python, which is related to I'm going to introduce system software, which is related to Python. Can I say again? Hello, I'm Kim Jong-hyun. I'm going to introduce Python that exists around the world. In this world, there are a lot of things which have a relationship with system programs. We can search with a Chromebook when there's something that you can't understand in your brain. Or we can listen to music to use system software, etc. All of them are made of programming languages, and even if you learn just a small part of programming, you could guess how it works. Now, at this point, you'd wonder what my dream is. Like I said before, my dream is related to Python. It's a system software developer who makes system programs or applications. You can understand a little now what Python does around the world in my dream's viewpoint. To say it in more detail, computers basically have two ways to deal with information. First is getting information from people. It can be done by just using input language, a kind of language in Python. Second is showing information to people. To use output language like print, you can show what kind of information the computer has by monitor or other equipment. If you see something that has system software in your life, you can think now about computers' basic working and Python's basic language. Thank you for hearing my announcement. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your inspiring words and ideas. It is always difficult to understand the knowledge of computer. Now, I would like to call the fifth speaker from class 201, Yoon Da-kyung, with will give a speech about my dream related to translator.
Hello, everyone. I'm. 다시 할게요. Hello, everyone. I'm Ta Kyung-yoon. I'm about to introduce my dream job and following smaller goals to make it real. First of all, I love reading literary works or watching movies, and I am truly interested in English. Actually, I'm pretty good at it. So, I've been thinking like, how can I have my cake and eat it? The answer that I came up with was a video translator. Video translators translate foreign video contents into Korean language or vice versa. In this occasion, vice versa would mean translating Korean video contents into foreign language. Next, my role model is Seok Ki-hwang, who is known as the major translator of the Spider-Man series. He translated so many famous movies such as Jumanji, Bohemian Rhapsody, Venom, and so on. It is really hard to succeed as a video translator like him. What I want to be is an English translator too. So it is important to have a great literary sense as well as proficient English skill. To get the sense, I have to study not only English, but also the cultures and histories of the English-speaking countries. And to approach this goal, I've been making a lot of efforts. For example, I often watch American movies with English subtitles and read English novels without Korean translation. Also, I've tried actual video translating by myself, watching The Simpsons. For the present, I will sustain my English grade while I'm in high school and go study abroad someday so that I can make a lot of foreigner friends. Imagining my dreams come true makes my heart really flutter. I hope it'll break a leg for me. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your precious words and ideas. Taekyung showed an inspiring speech about her dream. Now I would like to call the sixth speaker from class 203, Yoo Se-jun, who will give a speech about my dream related to ability to become a teacher.
Hello, I am Se-jun Yoo, second grade in Yeogang High School. My future dream is to become an elementary school teacher. The reason I want to become a teacher is because I want to help many children. Because I want to help I become my future dream is an elementary school teacher. Many abilities are required to become a teacher. First, I need to love and understand for children because the teacher lives with the children in school. Second, I need to have good communication skills because I have to explain effectively to students. Third, I need to have knowledge of the subject because I have to teach students. Fourth, I need to have office skills because it is necessary to record the academic work of students. Finally, I have to graduate from College of Education to become an elementary school teacher. There are 13 colleges of education all over the country. I am studying hard to become a teacher. And many activities that I can do. If there is someone like me who has a dream of becoming a teacher, I would like to say, let's do our best together. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thanks for sharing your wonderful words and idea. Now, I would like to call the seventh speaker from class 301, Kim Young-woo, who will give a speech about my dream related to data poisoning.
Hello, I'm Young Kim, and I'm going to make a presentation about data poisoning. Have you heard of Luda? Luda is an AI chatbot that learns the language patterns of young women and copies them. Because it was a new type of chatbot, Luda appeared as an interesting AI for people. But Luda gradually showed behavior that was different from what people expected. It began to make hateful comments about disability, gender, religion, race, etc. This happened because AI provides service and learns at the same time. While doing service and learning simultaneously, Luda was exposed to hateful comments, which consequently made it learn and use hateful expressions. This is data poisoning, where AI learns contaminated data. The more complex artificial intelligence is, the more difficult it is to solve data poisoning. So, it should be focused on prevention rather than solving it. and I think this issue should be treated as below. First of all, in the development of AI that does both learning and service, such as LUDA, certification system should be established. Second, while improving data security, developers need to check algorithms. These actions will free AI from problems of trust and ethics. Thank you.
Young always showed amazing speech in English as well. Thank you. Now I would like to call the A speaker from class 301, Byun Ha-yeon, who will give a speech about my dream related to language as a symbol.
Hello, I'm Ha-yeon Byun, who will represent about the language as a symbol. My presentation comes from the chapter of a textbook that deals with language as a symbol. After reading this chapter, I thought that the language that symbolizes something is used differently in many parts of the world. It is because each language has a different origin. And based on the development of communication and transportation, our generation is becoming integrated economically, culturally, and socially. So, it is a generation where countries cooperate in making one product. Thus, I think that it is important to interpret various languages in the world of globalization. There are many translators like Papago and Google these days. And this translator learns how what language stands for, is represented by the languages, and provides us with information whenever we need. However, there is a weakness that dialects or buzzwords may not be translated. Addressing this weakness requires a lot of quality information about the changing world. And the task of gathering this information is done by linguists. Linguists who gather a lot of information for the changing world play a big role in developing translators. Collecting such information, I want to be a linguist who can contribute to the development of translating fields. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your wonderful words and ideas. We will have a break time before we introduce other participants. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call the ninth speaker from class 301, Jo Sung-mi, who will give a speech about my dream related to problem-based learning.
Hello everyone, my name is Sung-mi Cho. Have you ever heard of PBL? If I ask this question, it will reduce students' interest in PBL. Many people think that asking a provocative question at the beginning of the class can draw attention. However, this question distracts students because they require background knowledge. Rather, returning this question increases students' interest and promotes equality between them. This is how teachers can take the lead and teach the class the most effectively for students, that is, teaching strategies. Teaching strategies have been developed by many educators over many years and are used in many educational settings. There are many types of teaching strategies. Today, I would like to talk about PBL application class for students with intellectual disabilities. PBL is a means of problem-based learning or project-based learning. In PBL, students learn the content by understanding the problem of a given learning situations and finding solutions themselves. Teachers become a learning guide for students rather than one-way information transfer, allowing students to form their own learning motivation. In addition, PBL class can be used regardless of the subject or level of the student, allowing individual learning to consider the characteristics of each student with intellectual disabilities. Going to the Department of Educational Engineering or Special Educational, I want to become a college student who strives to study teaching strategies for students' creativity. After graduating university, I want to become a teacher who positively influences students and uses teaching strategies to teach my students. Thank you for listening to my presentation so far.
Sung-mi, thanks for sharing your precious words and ideas. Now I would like to call the 10th speaker from class 302, Ye-bin, who will give a speech about my dream related to antibiotics and oriental medicine.
Hello, my name is Ye-bin Lee. Now, I present a topic related to my career. The fact that taking a lot of antibiotics is not good for your health. I'm sure everyone knows that. Why is repeated use of antibiotics harmful to our bodies? That's because of antibiotic resistance. This means that bacteria can multiply without being affected by antibiotics. Also, it can be seen as a survival strategy for bacteria to beat the attack of antibiotics. Therefore, antibiotics should only be used properly. So, what is an alternative to antibiotics? The way I thought of it is an Oriental medicine called a natural antibiotic. In fact, in Japan, Oriental medicine are being prescribed instead of antibiotics. According to the survey by Nikkei Medical, more than 70% of doctors use Oriental medicine. In Japan's guidelines, it is specified that it is recommended to take Shipjan Devotang for otitis media treatment. There is also Sochangyeongtang, which is strongly recommended for rhinitis. In particular, studies that divided 53 patients with chronic sinusitis into Oriental medicine and antibiotic administration groups showed that there was no difference in both symptom scores and bacterial culture, suggesting that Oriental medicine has the same effect as antibiotics. Thanks to antibiotics, humans have reduced the number of deaths from infectious disease. However, some predict that 10 million people will die annually by 2050 due to the antibiotic-resistant superbacteria. In this situation, I hope that Korea, which has the third largest use of antibiotics among OECD countries, realize the serious need and actively use Oriental medicine. Moreover, I hope that not only the country, but also individuals will be interested in Oriental medicine and protect our bodies from antibiotic resistance. Thank you for your listening.
Yabin, thanks for sharing your wonderful words and ideas. Now, I would like to call the 11th speaker from class 303, Kim Chae-eun, who will give a speech about my dream related to antibiotics.
한번만 해볼게요. 제가 했어요? 예. 네. 네. 네, 잘 돼요. Have you ever taken antibiotics? You can say you don't, because antibiotics are mostly prescribed for inflammation, such as cold medicine, rhinitis, dermatitis. But do you know much about antibiotics? If not, I will let you know. Antibiotics must be taken as long as pharmacists prescribe them. If you stop taking antibiotics in the middle, drug resistance may occur, losing the effect that antibiotics treat the disease. Second, when there are side effects, take lactic acid bacteria. Removing beneficial bacteria in the body, side effects occur. Therefore, if you eat lactic acid bacteria, side effects can be reduced. Of course, lactic acid bacteria does not inhibit the side effect of all antibiotics. Third, inform the pharmacist of the drug you are taking in advance. If you are already on medication for another disease, you should ask your pharmacist if you can take them together. For example, taking antibiotics and acne treatment together increases blood pressure significantly. No.
Last but not least, antibiotics should always be thrown into the waste medicine bin. Storing drug in the wrong place causes environmental pollution and ecosystem disruption. Coming to a sick day, what you learned today will be helpful. I hope you remember what you learned today. Thank you for your attention.
Chaeun, thanks for sharing your inspiring words and ideas. Now I would like to call the last speaker from class 303, Ryun Chan, who will give a speech about my dream related to true education.
My dream is to be a teacher, so I will talk about education today. What is education? Education is inside growing. Students, parents, and teachers educate each other and learn. But how about cramming education? Cramming education ignores individuality and makes students into robots. Is it an education? No. Requiring all knowledge, cramming education makes students just memorize things, so there is no communication between students and teachers. It makes outer growth, but it does not make inner growth. It is not a true education. Do you remember the thing that you learned in elementary, middle, and high school? Did it touch your heart? You cannot remember that because it is not helpful in life. Not knowing about advantages of learning, students just memorize it. Knowledge exists for competition, and we make friends who have to learn from each other into enemies. True education is the process of growing inside through learning from each other. It helps students to act what they realized in life. True education is not about memorizing and competing. Teachers also learn from children, respect and learn from each other, and make inner growth. Remember, true education is the process of growing inside through communication to each other. Thank you.
All the participants show an inspiring performance in speaking English. Students in the classroom, did you choose two best participants for the contest? We will take a break for 5 minutes and let's move on to the pop song division.
아, 아. 소리가 나오는 표시는 있는 것 같아요.
여기서는
죄송합니다.
Today we are having brilliant students who will compete in pop song competition and show their great performance.
I would like to call the first participant from class 101, Kim Tae-yoon, who will sing a song, The Blessing by Carrie Job. Let's give him a big hand.
The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Will turn his face toward you and will give you peace. Amen. 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 The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his presence go before you, and behind you, and beside you, all around you, and within you. He's with you, He's with you. In the morning, in the evening, in your coming and your going, in your weeping and rejoicing. He's for you, 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 He's for you. The Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace.
Wow, even if he is first grade student, he showed an impressive performance. Now, I would like to call the second participant from class 201, Kim Jong-hyun, who will sing a song Unstoppable by Sia. Let's give him a big hand.
Yeah, I know, I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships go, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah, I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable, I'm a Porsche with no brakes, I'm invincible. Yeah, I'll win every single game. I'm so powerful, I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Break down, only alone I cry out now. You never see what's hiding out deep down. Yeah, I know, I've heard that to let your feelings show it's the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah, I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable, I'm a Porsche with no brakes, I'm invincible. Yeah, I'll win every single game. I'm so powerful, I don't need batteries to play.
I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. I put my overall, show you how strong I am. I put my overall, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Thank you.
Jonghyun is jack of all trades, which means he is good at sports and English and singing. Now I would like to call the third participants from class 301, Yoon Taek and Byun Ha-yeon, who will sing a song The Other Side by SCA Justin Timberlake. Last year they showed great performance. I'm looking forward to their singing. Let's give them a big hand.
하나.
You're preaching to the choir, stop hitting on yourself. Keep playing it with your mind, you're spinning. If you think that I'm a liar, just try it for yourself. The clouds will open up, the skies are willing.
Yeah, I know it's so hard to wait.
Clouds will open up, the skies are willing. Back on your feet again, lift your head.
Hold it high, you wanna run it back, but you can't turn the time. You start to feel like you're losing your shine.
The grass now is greener on the other side.
Other side.
It's stuck in your mind. You start to feel like you're losing your shine. But the grass now is greener on the other side.
Hey, you South Station boy, watch your missing. So blue, just take it easy, take your time. If you think my world just right, just try it for yourself.
Got a heart of gold, what a shame to go to waste. The clouds will open up, blue skies are willing. Back on your feet again, lift your head, hold it high. You wanna run it back, but you can't turn the time. You start to feel like like a losing your shine, but the grass is always greener on the other side. Just it's stuck in your mind. You start to feel like you're losing your shine, but the grass is always greener on the other side. Just take it from me, you'll be okay. 'Cause it don't matter how sweet the taste, the grace and cream, don't worry. Losing sleep, don't wanna get, yeah, you get. Beat the game, lift your head, hold it high. Run it back, but you can't turn the time. You start to feel like you're losing your shine, but the grass is always greener on the other side. You start to feel like you're losing your shine, but the grass is always greener on the other side.
Wow, they showed an impressive performance together. Now I would like to call the first participant from class 302, 문희재 양주석, who will sing a song Englishman in New York by Sting. Hije will sing a song and Jusok will play a guitar. They showed a great performance in school festival few days ago, and today they won't disappoint you. Let's give them a big hand.
Don't drink coffee, I take tea, my dear. Like my toasted on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I tell I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking can you at my side. Take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Manner makes man, as someone say. Then he's the hero of the day. It takes two men to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Self, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modest people party carry to notoriety. You could handle as the only one, yeah. Gentle and sobriety are rare in this society, and neither can the bride and the sun. Take a moment, come back here to make a man. Take more than a license for a gun. Confront enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk, don't ever run. Manner makes man, someone say. Then he's the hero of the day. He takes to men to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. 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 Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm an Englishman in New York.
Now, I would like to call the last participant from class 3 or 3, Kim Chae-eun, and 3 or 2, Lee Ye-bin, who will sing a song, Juice by Lizzo. I'm looking forward to their singing. Let's give them a big hand.
지금 친구들은 제 목소리 들리나? 왜? Hello everyone.
Mirror, mirror on the world, don't say cause I'm cute.
Baby.
Louis down to my drawers, I be all on my shoes.
Baby.
I be dripping summer sauce, gotta be looking like you.
Oh baby.
Read up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so easier, that's how I roll.
If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine.
Yeah, I'm girls.
I was full like this one, even gotta try.
Now you know.
I like shadow, I get better over time.
So you know.
How do you say I'm not
The baddest July. You make me feel that I'm nothing getting loose. Gotta frame it on the goose. Gotta frame it on my juice, baby. You make me feel that I'm nothing making news. I'm the pudding in a proof. Gotta frame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Frame it on my juice. Frame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Frame it on my juice, frame it on my juice.
No, I'm not a snack at all. Look, baby, I'm the whole damn me.
Ooh, baby.
Baby, you and being slick, don't dare to a cup of beer. The juice and word the street. If the juice don't look like this.
Like this, like this.
Hold up, baby, please don't make me have to take your guard.
How I roll, if I shine in, everybody gonna shine.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I was born like this, don't even gotta try.
So you know.
I'm like Sheldon, they get better over time.
So you know.
Heard you say I'm not the baddest July. You make my bird that I'm nothing getting loose. Gotta frame it on the goose. Gotta frame it on my juice, baby. You make my bird that I'm nothing making news. I'm the pudding in a proof. Gotta frame it on my juice.
Yeah, yeah. 야야이 야야이 Spray me on my juice, spray me on my juice, 야야이. Everybody. 야야이, 야야이. Spray me on my juice, spray me on my juice. Somebody come get this man. I think he got lost in my DMs. What? My DMs. What? You better come get your man. I think you wanna be way more than friends. What? More than friends. What do you want me to say? You make me feel that I'm nothing getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. You make me feel that I'm nothing making loose. I'm the pudding in a proof. Gotta blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice, blame it on my juice.
All the participants and students who are watching the contest on YouTube, thank you for participating. It's a shame that we won't be here to see the contest next year because we will graduate.
Me too. 영어 발표대회가 모두 끝났습니다. 방송을 시청하고 계신 학생 여러분들은 각 반 공지 클래스룸 설문지에 들어가셔서 각 부분 최고의 참가자 2명에게 투표를 해주시면 됩니다.
여러분들의 투표도 평가에 반영이 됩니다. 단순한 친분이 아닌 훌륭한 발표를 한 친구에게 투표를 해주시면 됩니다. 여태까지 김태윤,
전예진이었습니다.
감사합니다.